right, hello everybody and welcome. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth right here on Starship Adventures, and my name is Ian, and I will be your host tonight as we look around the world. Yes, and she's here too. And we're going to be taking a look around the world and seeing what's going on right now as we look. Okay, we're going to do that in just a second. Before we do that, I want to welcome you guys to Starship Studios, broadcasting live on YouTube all over the world on the largest broadcast platform ever known to man. And we are right now currently starting our Sights and Sound show. Here we're on at 9 p.m. Eastern just about every single night, and we come on basically and do news. It's basically a live interactive news show, and that's basically what we do. Okay, and I'm literally still getting things turned on. I went out. I've been busy today. I went and shot a bunch of B-roll out there and a bunch of A-roll that I shot for a video that I'm working on. The video will be released tomorrow, and it's called Road Rage. There's a reason, and it's all about the useless, ignorant construction that's constantly going on our highways. And much of the construction and much of the things that we do out there are either useless, not necessary, or completely ignorant. And I'm going to deep dive that with about a 35-minute video where I have all the pictures and proof, and what do they say? I bring the receipts, as they say, and I discuss with the audience in this video basically what has happened here with two different projects that are between here and where I work, 15 minutes away. Or, well, with these projects, let's call it 30 minutes away. And I'm going to be discussing this. I've been dealing with this road construction now for 3 years. 3.5 years, actually, when it all started. They started doing the drainage and stuff over 3.5 years ago. And it's been slowly going. Okay. Yeah, I'm putting out audio. I hope you guys can hear me. Okay, very good. So it's working. Hello, Red, Junior, Bill, Trisnot. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Carlotta, thank you for being here. Yep, let me look at this. Okay, is he, okay, he's on 20 meters, it looks like. Okay, maybe it's your message you're wanting me to read. Cool. All right, so anyway, here's what we've got right now. We've got a huge 2-meter opening right now. It's called tropospheric ducting, and it is connecting South Florida with all parts across the southeast. And the reason I bring this up is because when this happens, it's kind of a big deal for people like me that really love to get on there and talk long distance on the VHF band. And so what we're looking at tonight is basically, you know, a decent band opening. So I'm going to try to reach out here in just a minute and see if we can contact somebody. I thought that might be kind of fun. Let's see here. Here is the map for you guys to see. And you can see that everything's booming out of Tampa right now. The signals in Tampa that are being sent out are being heard all up the eastern seaboard, almost to North Carolina, and also over to Louisiana and Mississippi and places like that. So when you look at this thing, we've got quite a bit of propagation out here. Um, a slight echo. Not sure why that is. I don't have any duplicate audio sources up. So I'm not sure about the echo. Okay, right now, I went ahead and hooked up. It's a 144 megahertz all mode transceiver. It's the TR751A. Why do I not hear anything? That's weird. My radio is, I can't hear anything on it. What could be going on there? Well, that sucks. Everything's, I don't know, crazy. Anyway, I'll have to deal with that later. But anyway, I've got my all mode. This is, it's a 2-meter radio. All it does is 2 meters, but it does it in all the different modes. So unlike all my other VHF radios, this one will actually talk in single sideband. Of course, because it's one of the upper frequencies, it's going to be upper sideband. I'm on 144.200, which is the upper sideband call channel. That's really messed up. I don't understand what's going on here. I just bought that radio. It's been doing great. And now it's dead in the water. There's nothing coming out of it. Let's just give it a shot. CQ, 2-meter sideband. CQ, 2-meter sideband. Kilo Oscar 4, Echo, Foxtrot Sierra. KO4 EFS calling CQ, 2-meter sideband from Southwest Florida. CQ, 2-meter sideband. CQ, 2-meter sideband. Kilo Oscar 4, Echo, Foxtrot Sierra. KO4 EFS calling CQ, single sideband. Okay, we'll squelch it up just a little bit, and we'll go back to that in just a little while. Yeah, Junior, that is SSB. 144, 200, the single sideband calling channel. I'm shooting towards the panhandle of Florida from Southwest Florida. So I'm kind of shooting towards the Midwest. And I did speak to someone that was about 40 miles away earlier. I got him both on 2 meters FM and on 2-meter sideband. So anyway, we do have an opening tonight. If there's anybody out there in one of these areas that connects to my area, let me know. We'll try to get a hold of each other. I am monitoring. I got the squelch just above the noise floor so that we don't hear anything. But if traffic begins on there, we will hear it. Hopefully we'll get some more we'll get some more openings here as the evening goes on. And we're going to be continuing to watch that. I love when we get openings on VHF. As far as weather goes, there's not a lot going on. We've got a storm system moving in to California now, providing some rain for the north half of California, but not that big a deal. Just a rain event, no severe thunderstorm warnings. We have no warnings anywhere nationwide right now. We do have a general thunderstorm outlook up here in the area. Again, Vancouver south to Portland, that whole corridor there, looking at flooding conditions. Also currently a special weather statement issued for the area. So if you're in that area, you should check in with the National Weather Service, because there's some several different things going on there. But again, no severe weather at this time. And looking across the country, we've got some light snow falling now in the northeast, and from points all along Buffalo, Kingston, Ottawa, Quebec, all along the United States border there. We are seeing that system moving from west to east as it's sinking slowly south. So there you go. That's what we got going on right there. Yep, and upper left corner, looks like it's Sharknado going on at the ice protest. I love it. These ice protests have been bizarre, to say the least. Absolutely bizarre. Upper right, we're looking at the European Parliament in Brussels. It is on fire. There was all kinds of stuff going on earlier there. It has calmed down going into evening there. And so we are continuing to watch for additional unrest. But right now, I am showing you the reel from earlier. This is about an hour loop here of what went on earlier. A lot of people have brought farm tractors. This is a lot to do with farming and different things. There's protests going on all across the world, but very few of them directly have anything to do with us. You would think they do, but they don't. Yeah, the noise floor has been bad for me down here. I don't know. It just sucks. I'm dealing with all kinds of high noise floor down here. It is what it is. I went out this morning. I worked on my HF rig. I've got it out in the car. And I worked on it for a while this morning. I took the tri-magnet mount. I took the 4-magnet back off, and the ATOS, I took all that back off, and on the trunk lid this time, I put my triple magnet, and I put my Buckmaster, whatever they call that thing on there, tar heel. I put my tar heel on there. I ran it up and down. I couldn't get an SWR. It was crazy. So I did two things. I stuck one of Heath's ham sticks on there, the 20, which we tuned perfectly last weekend with an actual tuner, an analyzer, and we tuned it perfectly. And so I know that 20-meter ham stick is perfect. I stuck it on this adapter that's on the trunk, and it's SWR 1-to-1. It's perfect. So I've got a winner right now. I made one contact earlier with it, and I tried to make another one, but he couldn't quite make out my call sign every time. And so I bought this to go in the car. It's a little mini SWR meter. Now, I know you're probably thinking, but your radio has one. I know, but it doesn't. I need one like this. I need one that I can actually see the SWR the whole time and be watching the output. So I bought this. I saw a bunch of used ones for $20, $25. I saw some old crappy junky ones for $10. This was $25 new. So I went ahead and just bought me a new one. I'm going to go set it up in the morning. and I'm going to hook it up to the rig in the morning, and I'm going to see what it tells me about my SWR. And then from there, I'm going to see if I can tune up my Tar Heel or the ATOS, one or the other. I do have, Joseph let me borrow a Yaesu ATOS, which my radio can drive. And I'm not having good luck with it either. So, but the ham stick's working right now. Anyway, I'm going to hook this up in the morning. You put a jumper, antenna goes in here, jumper from here to the radio. You want this to be as close to the radio as possible. I've got a 1-foot jumper I'm going to use on my dashboard. This will sit there and I'll be able to see. It's even got a little plug and a little light if you want to use it. It's on right now. You probably can't see. It's pretty bright, actually. It's probably too bright for the car. I'm probably going to have to take it apart and put a blue light or something in it so it's not as bright. Anyway, but that's what I'm going to end up doing. And I'm going to check that out tomorrow and see how it goes. I'm still working on this issue with getting things to SWR out in my car. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time. Okay, let's see. Heath, the cats are doing okay. Daddy's still the same. He's still walking around, but he's not jumping up on tables or anything. He's staying pretty close to the ground. I tried to get him to come in tonight because we're going to actually get down into the low 50s tonight, which for Florida is a downright blizzard. So I was going to try to get him in tonight. I brought him in here. He wanted right back out. Ever since whatever happened to him, he doesn't like being indoors anymore. He never was much on indoors to begin with. Now he doesn't like it. I think he had his stroke in here, and I think he's associating something that happened to him in here. I'm not sure. I'm still pretty convinced it's a stroke. He's walking crooked. He falls over a little bit. But I've seen cats that do the exact same thing, that have an inner ear infection or a sinus infection. I do believe I have some antibiotics. I'm thinking about running him on a course of some kind of antibacterial to see if I can possibly, maybe kill whatever it is in his head. I don't know. Nano VNA, yeah, that's what Joseph has. I got a really nice antenna analyzer here. It's an MFJ, and I like it. And it's quit working. It shows a high SWR for everything now. It's completely quit working. I'm kind of sad about that because I really like that one. Oh, let me check that out. Big fire in San Francisco. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, it looks like it was a PG&E substation that exploded in flames. Looks like it's caused a big blackout, possibly. Nothing live on it, really. There's one guy with a composite up, but he doesn't have anything. They must have it under control because I don't see anything live. Yeah. All right. So, yep, that must be out at this point. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, though. It's worth checking. Um, let me see what that's all about. Oh, there you go. A Nano VNA H4 Vector Network Analyzer. See, 4-inch touchscreen. That's nice. It's got the protector built in around it already. $90. That's not too bad. Comes with all the little adapters. Those little caps, they're important to test it. You want to at least test it the first time you use it. Make sure it's good. Yeah, I had one, and I got the MFJ one because I liked it better than the VNA, because I got one of the earlier VNAs and I didn't like it that much. It gave it to Joseph. It quit, but he liked it and bought one of the better, newer ones, and he's using that one now. Yeah, no, he's got one up there. I go, what I do is, like, I tune those 2.5/8s, and we put them on his VNA, which, by the way, I put 2.5/8s on the back of my 5/8 wave VHF antennas on the back of my car. They don't work worth a shit on UHF. I can't pick up my SARNet station. It's 5, 6, 7 miles away. It's coming in scratchy and shit. I'm like, that's weird. So I'm when I go to Hamcation in early February, and yes, I'm going. When I go, I'm going to be looking for some kind of UHF stacked collinear, something that I can use for, to get a much better reception with UHF. All right, let's see what else. Oh, I did want to mention something, guys, that I have literally neglected to mention. And it's one of those things where I've just been busy, and I don't know, it just didn't get mentioned, and I feel kind of bad about it. I wanted to mention we did lose a science fiction legend over this last week. We lost Gil Gerard. Gil Gerard, born in 1943, he's an American actor. He's best known for starring as Captain William Buck Rogers in the 1979 to 1981 science fiction TV series Buck Rogers and the 25th Century. Known for his charismatic portrayal, early career in soaps like The Doctors, and later health battles with obesity, including gastric bypass surgery. Originally from Little Rock, Arkansas, he transitioned from the chemist to an actor, appearing in numerous films and TV shows. He remained a fan favorite after often reuniting with his Buck Rogers co-host Erin Gray. Remember, she played Colonel Wilma Deering. Born Gilbert Cyril Gerard in Little Rock, Arkansas, he attended the University of Arkansas but dropped out. Studied acting in New York City. Started in acting, began with commercials, bit parts in love stories and soap operas like The Doctors. Breakthrough, gained fame as the titular hero in Buck Rogers. That's where he literally became popular. He's divorced several times. Health struggles. He did battle obesity. He was up to 350 pounds at one point. Did some mini bypass stuff, and was able to get some of that under control. He remained a beloved figure in science fiction and in many genres. He was a great actor. I loved him as Buck Rogers. I thought he was great. The show itself had some problems, but it's still good science fiction. If you just like nostalgic science fiction, you like to go back and see the 1960s Lost in Space and Star Trek, the original series, and maybe you like 70s stuff like Battlestar Galactica and Space 1999, well, Buck Rogers in the 25th Century is worth going back and watching. It is truly cheesy, late 70s sci-fi. Very clearly cheesy stuff, built like a comic book almost, but real laser beams, real space battles, and you know what? It wasn't a bad show. It was a little predictable and stuff, but it was a good show. And Gil Gerard did a great job in it. I liked him in the show. You guys remember the beginning of the show is like, in 1996, Captain Buck Rogers was blasted into space on some frickin' mission, and of course he got frozen. And in the future, they were able to thaw him out and keep him alive. But anyway, that's the whole moral to the story. And in the future, they're like stupid and inept, and he had to kind of help them out again and show them how we did it in the old days. The show ended up being there was some futuristic problem, and Buck solved it because he was able to think of the way that they did it back in the 90s or whatever. It was always some old trick that he had up his sleeve. That was kind of the whole story. But yeah, it was really good. Hey, Simplex Radio, welcome in. Yeah, it was a neat show. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that earlier this week, we lost Gil Gerard, Captain Buck Rogers from Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. And forever will be one of the top 3 science fiction shows in the 70s, and well worth watching. There was not a lot of good science fiction early on, and we had, like I said, in the 60s we had Lost in Space and we had Star Trek, and that was pretty much the only thing worth watching. Even Lost in Space to some people was hard to stomach. The whole premise of sending a family into space was like ludicrous on its surface, but let's leave that there. Star Trek, of course, started basically what would become the science fiction genre of the future. And then, of course, in the 70s, all 3 of those shows, Buck Rogers, Space 1999, and Battlestar Galactica, all 3 of those shows were trying to live off of what was done in the 60s with those other 2 shows. And it was never perfect, but you know what? It was good. I like science fiction. I'll take it however I can get it. If it's too cheesy, I have a hard time watching it. But I liked Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. Did anybody out there watch those? Have you seen? There's a couple of seasons. The second season's a little rough. It's kind of like Battlestar Galactica. They came back to do a second season, and they cut the budget. They cut everything. They cut the writing staff, and it ended up being shit, and it got canceled halfway through the second season. The same thing happened to Battlestar Galactica. They had a great first season, and then it got canceled. They brought it back 2 years later for a second season. They trashed the show. It was garbage. The second season of Battlestar Galactica, not even worth watching. Lost in Space was good. I did like the cast in it. Even the idiot that played Dr. Smith played a good idiot. I mean, and I will say that the kid did good. Kids in sci-fi are always like yuck. But he kind of played the first kid in space. You know what I mean? If you think back, he played that long before Will Wheaton stepped onto the bridge of the USS Enterprise. And it was him. And his name was Billy Mooney. And he actually plays, Billy Mooney plays an adult in a a Deep Space Nine, one of my favorite episodes, the Battle of Wolf 359. Or no, I'm sorry, it's AR, I forget the number. It's one of the best episodes. It's what we call, it's what Trekkies call the Vietnam episode of Deep Space Nine. And trench warfare in space. I mean, it was really good. And Billy Mooney came back to play in that. There's been a lot of stars. The guy that played Carter in Space 1999 came back to play a role in one of the episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation, where Picard and Wesley get trapped down on a desert moon. There's just some really neat ones out there. And I love when the actors get to cross over a little bit. The guy that played Apollo in the original Battlestar got to come back and kind of play a bad guy in the new one. That was kind of fun. So yeah, there's some neat things that goes on with science fiction shows out there, and I like it. All right, let's take a look what we got going on out there. We've got um, what what is that? Some kind of wreck or something going on that ice protest? Jesus, whatever that is, it's trashed. Wow, a bad crash. As Brussels burns. Look at that. Look at the structure fires. At least look at the fires. I don't know if there's actually any structures involved at this point. In the square, it's hard to tell. I can't tell exactly, but I don't think we've got any buildings going. Like I said, this was earlier. This was hours ago. But I'm wanting to show you what happened. Now, that one in the upper left, that is live. And it looks like something went through there at a high rate of speed. I'm a little concerned that there's something else going on. I'm getting some kind of stream error. Yeah, I don't know if I've got something wrong with my system or what. I mean, OBS Studio by far takes the biggest amount of resources. But look what it's doing. I mean, it's compositing this whole thing together. I assume I'm still on. Let me switch back to live chat here. Yeah, I'm not getting any chats that says I'm off, so I assume I'm still on. All right, let me check and see if I can get a better video of whatever that is that's going on. Guy's streaming at 240 quality. Nobody's even gonna watch that. Trying to find a bigger shot or a better shot of what's going on up there, but yeah, I can't even find that video. Let me see if I can just pull it up this way. hold on, guys. I'm trying to figure this out here and get this on for you. I don't know what's going on up there. I'm trying to figure it out. Oh shit. Yeah, that's what happened. That stream actually went offline. Well, that sucks. Okay. It does seem like there's a few things going on here. A little bit of activity going on around the world here. Let's see if we can bring it in here. All right, there we go. And let's see, Junior just sent me one. Let's see what this is all about. Yeah, that is a very bad accident, guys. Okay, so I'm going to put that one up. Damn it. Damn it. Who designs this stupid shit? All right, guys, there's a bad wreck here, and we're getting it live, so I'm going to take it as full screen as I can get it here. Look at that. This car barreled up in there. I'm trying to get more information about what's going on. Nope, nothing's dropped on the news yet. Crazy times out there tonight. All right, let's see. Yeah, there's a major power outage in San Francisco. Also, that's due to a fire at a substation. And I was looking for more information on that, too. That's a hell of a crash right there, guys. That's a bad accident. I don't know what happened, but that is a bad deal there, right there. All right, yeah, lots of cool shots here. I cannot believe what's going on over in Brussels, man. They're tearing shit up over there now. I just don't even understand what the f that's all about. I'll admit to you guys, I am not big on on international politics. It's hard enough for me just to keep up with what's going on in this freaking place. Damn, that thing must have ran in there at like 60 miles an hour or something. Okay, I'm checking all my usual stuff. See what I can come up with. I know that's a little fuzzy. We're taking this off of a composite shot. That's why it's a little fuzzy, but at least we can see what's going on. Um, that vehicle came in there really fast. Whew. All right, let's see what else is going on, guys. The only other thing I needed to mention tonight, of course, we're talking about the VHF opening, and there is quite an opening going on right now out there in VHF land, and you can check that out. Also, As far as space weather goes, we are looking at another big coronal hole going on right now in the sun's atmosphere. And as of today, it's facing Earth, and this gives us a solar wind that we're going to have to deal with. That's one of the seats out of that vehicle just laying there, by the way. That shows you what kind of impact we're talking about. That is a major, major accident right there. I assume they got everybody out. That doesn't mean they all made it. But I don't see any yellow blankets covering people up. So that looks like a car seat, not a child seat. We'll just hope that that's a regular car seat. I think it is. And there's the other vehicle. There's a black vehicle and a gray vehicle. And they are tangled and mangled. Yeah, Europe is dealing with a lot of that right now, where Europe, just like the United States, allowed unfettered immigration and unfettered sales across the borders with no tariffs and no controls or no anything. And it's turned around to bite them in the ass. Luckily, we've kind of put a halt to a lot of that shit. We're averaging and equaling these tariffs out here. And things are looking up here. But in Europe, man, they are a lot further down. They are years ahead of us on this curve, and they've done nothing about it, where we're actually curbing it right now. We've got control back at our border right now, and that's we really needed to get that done. Looks like a pickup truck, a black pickup truck, and it looks like a silver or gray, either van or a large SUV. Mama Bleep! Yeah, she just walked by. She's back there getting a bite to eat. All the other cats are good. All my cats are good, except, like I said, Daddy, I think, had a stroke. But he's okay. They can live for years like that as long as they can still, do everything. And he does. I've been keeping an eye on him, and he still does all of his functions, and he eats and does everything. So as long as he's able to do everything, then I'll just continue to support him and make sure he gets to eat and make sure he gets where he needs to be. He'll be all right. If it gets to the point where he can't do what he has to do and it becomes painful for him, I'll do what I have to do. I'm okay with that, I give these cats the best life I can give them. And then I hold them in my arms when I have them put down. It's the saddest thing in the world. But they're with me the whole time. Well, them are some big old Christmas balls now. All right, guys, anything you want me to bring up or discuss tonight? Is there anything specific going on that you'd like to mention? There really is no launches anytime soon. We've got a Texas launch coming up at 9:15 a.m. That was this morning. I don't know why that's listed there. Let's see here. We've got one on the 21st in New Zealand. That's today, later today, because it's already tomorrow Universal time, Yeah, there's really there's nothing going on over here. The next one here is California on the 27th. Florida on the 28th. So we kind of take Christmas week off on launches a little bit. Hi, Mama Bleep. You say hi to everybody? It's the Mama Bleepster. All right, well, let's do a little reset. Hello, everybody. My name is Ian. This is Starship Adventures, and this is the show, The Sights and Sounds of Earth. We are on every night at 9 o'clock right here. We do an hour to 2 hours, sometimes 3, depending on what's going on. Coming up on 1 hour now, I am going to take my customary 6-minute break. I'm going to take it now. I'm going to roll the commercials so you guys can watch those during the break. And then I'm also going to play some music, and we'll roll it in that way. So this whole thing will come, it will go in 6 minutes, and I'll be back and we'll finish up the show. All right, so everybody out there, I do appreciate you coming in. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth right here on Starship Adventures, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed this show so far. Oh, where's it at? I lost my folder with my music in it. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Of course. Okay, guys. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Take a quick break. All right, well there you go. Yeah, I know the sound settings on Windows, man. You set them at the beginning of the show and they change. It's like they're fluid. I'll never understand it, but whatever. It is what it is. Anyway, we got it going. Played the commercials. I hope everything worked out. We're back for the second half of the show. I don't have a lot more, so I'm going to rely on you guys. What would you like to talk about tonight? Meanwhile, I am checking to see if there's any new news that's come in. There was another late game brawl that has broke out in the Eagles game, prompting 3 ejections from the game. I don't normally cover sports stuff, but a fight broke out in the fourth quarter with Eagles leading by 19 points. And multiple players were ejected after a brawl broke out between the players. The fight began after Philadelphia's Saquon Barkley scored on a 2-point conversion to boost his team's lead to 19 points with less than 5 minutes to go. Apparently, 2 of the offensive linemen were disqualified, and a third player after being flagged for unnecessary roughness. Yeah, there you go. You know, it is what it is. They ended up suspending and penalizing another player for speaking out against the horrible officiating at the NFL. You know, anytime you want to see if something's real or not, you look at the reaction to it. When a player comes out and complains about the referees fixing games, because we all know they are, when they come out and say, yeah, you know, look, they're making bad calls on purpose, they're not fixing them, what's going on? And boom, he's suspended, he's fined, he can't ever do that again. That's the response you're looking for. That tells you that it's true, it's real. If people were saying that shit and there was no truth at all to it, the NFL would not react to it. The referees would not react to it, and it would all just go away. But because it's real, it's true, it's been going on for a while, people are starting to become wise to it. I watched game after game before I finally gave up on it. There's 3 teams on the field. You guys have to understand, when they go out and take the field, sometimes the game is played just like it's played. Other times there's a team that has to win. And that's all decided by people other than us. And it's decided by people other than the players. The players are not in on it. They're playing as hard as they can play. It's the referees that fix the game. Look, anytime you watch one of these NFL games and you can see clearly that one of the referees is throwing flag after flag after flag, they're cheap, they're weak, they're all against the same team. Trust me, you can see it. It's obvious. They realize it's late in the game. They can't let this team win. I was watching a Chiefs playoff game. Not Chiefs, I'm sorry, it was the Saints playoff game. I got family that likes the Saints. That was the last football game I ever watched. They were washed out of the playoffs, and I could tell. I told my family that they're not going to win, and they're like, why? And I'm like, there's been 3 bad calls already against your team. Trust me, they're not going to win tonight. Those referees are going to do whatever is necessary. It was never meant for the Saints to go to the Super Bowl that year, and those referees prevented it. They ended up calling 7 bad calls in the last quarter of that game. 7 bad calls. And there's not much you can do about it. And if you bitch about it and you work for the NFL in any way, they immediately suspend you, and they immediately tell everybody that you're just an absolute piece of shit. And that's what tells me that's what tells me that it's real, it's happening, and it's obvious. And it's just, you know, we knew wrestling was fake all those years, you know, but we still watched it, right? I mean, this is the same thing. I mean, I think that the football players are ignorant to it, though. I think they're out there they're playing as hard as they can, but they're starting to get wise to it. They start to realize These refs can't be making this many bad calls and still be one of the best refs in the business. Why is it that way? Well, it's because they're fixing the game. It's what it is. Billions and billions and billions of dollars are bet on these games. And so the corruption runs very long and very deep in the NFL, and it always has. All right, so there we go. As far as my broadcast schedule over the holidays, I plan to do broadcasting just about every night here at 9 o'clock, just like I'm doing. I will tell you, here's the thing. New Year's Eve and Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, I don't have anything scheduled. My other side of my family's going off to do their thing, and I have decided that I would rather spend quality time with my mom at the cabin. So we're going to go up to the cabin in about 30 days, and we're going to enjoy our Christmas together up there. So I'm going to be off those 2 nights, and I'll be here. So what I'm probably going to do is I will be on both Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, both at 9 p.m., and we'll come on for Christmas shows. And we'll talk about what's going on in the world. We'll look at all the Christmas stuff that's going on, and we will report on whatever's happening. As far as the other days involved, I plan to be here every day. There's a chance I'll be going out of town for one night after Christmas on the weekend, but I'm not sure yet. And if that happens, I will still do a Saturday night show from the location I'm going to. As far as New Year's, I don't do anything on New Year's anymore. So I will be here with you guys, and we're going to have a special New Year's Eve show. I'm going to start at 9, and I'm going to stay live at least until the East Coast hits midnight. And we will ring in the new year for the East Coast together here on Starship Adventures. And so that's pretty much my schedule. I plan to be here pretty much every night. If I'm not here at 9, check the community page onto the 2 different channels, and also check Discord in the general tab. I do post when I'm not coming on, so you guys know. But I do plan to be on for the most part, all the way through. And again, I'm going to mention this quite a bit. You were right all along. That's right, you were. Yeah, it's fixed. It's become extremely obvious that it's fixed. If a really bad call is made, then the ref can fix it, but he doesn't. I mean, whatever. Okay, and bad spots, that's another thing. It's not always bad penalties or bad calls. A lot of it's just shitty spots. They'll spot you 6 inches down every play. Every page, just a little bit here and a little bit there. It's enough to skew the score in the game. All right. Yeah, football is definitely fixed for sure. What are you going to do? All right, and let's see. I got to tell you some funny things I'm watching on YouTube. The Bob Barker Price is Right spoof shit that they're doing on shorts on YouTube is hilarious. It's crazy, Bob Barker. Oh my God. Yeah, the NBA's fixed as well. And you'll find all these players are doing things because they've got people betting money for them. They do this one-off betting where they'll bet that the first strike will come in the 3rd pitch or some bullshit. And then the guy goes out there and does whatever it is he's betting on. It's literally fixed. It's bullshit. It's not just single players fixing plays and fixing things. It's the NFL itself directing their referees to fix games. Either that or the referees are just making their own money and doing it on their own, but it's pretty obvious what's going on. So I can't believe that if the NFL's not in on it, they wouldn't have put an end to it. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty bad that human corruption runs so deep that it's present in every one of our sports ventures out there. There is some kind of scandal, some kind of cheating, some kind of betting, some kind of fixing. And it showed up in just about every single sport. I think you'll find corrupt people in pickleball, for Christ's sake. It is a huge disappointment. Absolutely it is. But it's the best we can do as humans. Everything we touch is corrupted. Yeah, there's a lot of that too, Deploribus. I believe that. And when they do these bets on specific things, like I bet that the first time this happens in the game will be in the third inning or whatever, those kind of things, the player can have his friend bet big money that a certain thing will happen in the game, and then the player just goes and makes it happen. He throws the fifth pitch as a strike because that will get the money. You see what I mean? It's not that difficult. You can bet on everything, not just the game. You bet on every play. You bet on the first touchdown. You bet on who gets the most, or how many points over the other team this team is. I mean, everything's bet on. Everything's bet on. And a lot of that stuff can be affected by a single player. Ooh. Another illegal immigrant today arrested for killing a taxi driver in New York. All right, well, I don't see anything there. Okay, so Taco Bell fans are declaring a Christmas miracle because the favorite burrito quesadilla, it's quesadilla, isn't it, or quesadilla? It's not quesadilla because that's spelled totally different. This is quesadilla, whatever. Anyway. They're bringing it back for a limited time. Can I just say, I'm sick of this limited time horse shit. All right? I'm sick of it. I'm done with it. Arby's brings back the fish sandwich my mom likes for like 7 weeks. And it's like, what, did it take you the rest of the year to catch more fish? What's the deal? And it's like limited time. What's with that? It's like Taco Bell. I always used to eat the enchilada. The enchilada is the best. They took it off the menu 20 years ago. And I remember when they did, it was the birth of social media. Everything was just getting started. And I can remember posting and making a big deal out of the fact that they took the enchilada off. We got it back for one more year, and then they took it off again, and that's it. Now, they have brought it back 5 or 6 different times, but every time it's for a limited time. So it's like, what is it, a cock tease? You know, what is it, you're dangling it like a freaking carrot out in front of my eyes? What do I have to perform to get it? What's the deal? A limited time, my balls. Why can't you just put it out there for me to have? I don't get it. Everything that it takes to make an enchilada is there all the time. Okay? I want you to understand that. All the ingredients necessary to make an enchilada are right there. Except one. Does anybody know what the one thing is that's missing? The button on the register so the idiot knows how to ring it up. The button's missing off the register. The day I tried to order my enchilada, I said, I want an enchilada. And they said, sorry, we no longer make enchiladas. I said, no, you're going to make me an enchilito because you got all the shit back there to do it. Just make me an enchilito. Charge me for a burrito, add red sauce. And they just refused to do it. No, we can't do that. We can't make it anymore. Why can't you make it anymore? Because the button's missing off the register. Well, I understand everybody's going back to beef tallow. That's kind of a thing now. That's going to become a thing. It's supposed to be healthier. Um, yeah, I don't ever remember Bell Burger. I will say I do like their French fries. I went in there today and ordered a steak. What is that thing where they toast it and smash it? And all? I forget what they call it. Anyway, I got that thing, and I got a fry. I like their fries. Well, Dom, I can't. I understand what you're saying, and I do believe that limits to the number of things on a menu are important. In fact, one of the things you can tell when a restaurant is starting to fail is they keep adding more and more and more things to their menu because they think the problem is they don't have things people eat, when actually the problem is something else. It's cleanliness, it's food quality, it's food temperature, it's service speed. It's something else that's causing the problem, but you compensate by adding more things to the menu or adding more food to the plate. Neither one of those things are going to bring you more customers. The enchilito, on the other hand, was something that was there for a very long time, and they took it off. I would like it back. There's so many things they've put on the menu that are weird things that I don't ever hear anybody ordering or see anybody ordering, but there's all these things on the menu. I don't know. Yeah, I don't eat it. Here's my problem, guys. I'm weird. I generally don't eat out of food trucks, not because they're nasty, not because it's not good. In fact, I think food trucks are great. I don't know what I'm going to get. And I'm a very, very picky eater. And that's why I generally order corporate food. If I order an enchilito from Taco Bell, or if I order a bean burrito, add beef and extra cheese, I know exactly what I'm getting. I can order it in Peoria, I can order it on Puerto Rico, I can order it in New York, and I can order it in North Fort Myers, Florida, and I'm going to get the exact same product. And I know to some people that's terrible. Oh my God, I cannot believe that. Oh, yeah, it's the same shit everywhere you. I like that. I like that. It's brand consistency. And it's important to me. When I go get a chicken cordon bleu at an Arby's, in Portland, Oregon, it should look like the exact same chicken cordon bleu that I got in Atlanta, Georgia. It should be the exact same thing with the exact same curly fries. And again, I know that's not what everybody likes, but that's what I like. I like the consistency. When you go to a food truck, it's really good. People like food trucks because the people are creative. They're it's young folks running a new kitchen in there, and they're trying to create new foods and trying to impress new people to come back. And I know, like Trey Radel, my host at work, he stops at food trucks constantly because he's a food adventurer. I'm not. I would go across the street to Taco Bell because I don't know what I'm getting out of that food truck. There's a lot of things I don't eat. That's how McDonald's became famous. Consistency. You're absolutely right. I haven't tried the one with the jalapeno sauce yet. I might like that though. Yeah, food quality. I think it's important. Yeah, food trucks. Like I said, if you can find one, you like it, get it. If you're into that sort of thing, get it. I just myself, I don't like to venture. I'm not a food adventurer. You know, I cooked something for dinner tonight that's something that my grandmother used to cook me when I was a kid. Rice and tomato gravy. It's rice and it's corned beef. You fry the corned beef and then you put some tomato sauce in it, and then you put that over a bed of basmati rice, usually with a side of beans or something or peas. Very old-fashioned dish, very strange, but I love it. I like things like that. I like the old stuff. Yeah, I know many places add fish to the menu for Lent. Yeah, I don't understand that whole thing, but that's cool. Um, had Taco Bell tonight. I had Taco Bell for lunch. Taco Bell's my standby. Taco Bell and Arby's are my two restaurants. I eat, generally speaking, I eat at each one about 3 times a week. And at Arby's, I like the number 2 double, the roast beef double, and I also like the chicken cordon bleu. I also like their mott sticks. I like both kinds of fries, and just about anything Arby's serves, I'll eat. They have a great sandwich menu there. And then of course Taco Bell. I eat 5 or 6 different things at Taco Bell. I got some cheesy rice bean burrito beef thing that was on sale. Be shredded. I don't like it thick at all. That roast beef is only good if it's sliced really thin and it's hot when it's served. I don't know what's going on with the video. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm getting the stream warning again here. I'm not much on eggnog. I will drink a little bit, like if we're having some for Christmas. I'll take a little glass of it and I will enjoy 6 or 8 sips of it, and then I'm done. And I'm good for 364 more days. The whole liquor and eggnog thing, negative, negative. Already weird enough. No thanks. Yeah, no, eggnog's good. But like I said, I do very little of it. I would never buy my own carton of eggnog because it would literally rot. I would have one drink out of it and I'd be done. It's one of those few things in my life where it's not bad, but I just don't want much of it. It's very heavy. Oh, there you go. Whoville who's. Junior, that's a good idea. I haven't rebooted that router in a while, and I have been, over the last 3 shows, I've been having some intermittent issues. I'm going to do a complete restart tomorrow. I will shut the shed down and let it sit for 50, I call it the shed, the shack, the studio, whatever you want to call it. I will shut the studio down with the mains. I'll pull the mains and I'll let it sit for 10 minutes, and then I'll fire everything back up, including all the internet, the fiber optic box, the Wi-Fi, and all of the routers and everything. And I think that's a really good idea. I'm going to do that in the morning. Yeah, I think that's a good call. Because, yeah, it's been like 3 days in a row we've had these bandwidth fall-offs, and I cannot believe that it's my fiber optic. I'm glass all the way to the net, all the way to Al Gore's house. Cinnamon rolls. You know, we stopped at this cinnamon place in the mall. It was like Cinnabuns or something. And my mom, I'm pushing her, in her wheelchair. I push her up there, and my mom goes, excuse me," and the lady goes, "Yeah," and she says, "How much for one cinnamon roll?" And the lady goes, "You have to buy 6 of them," and she turned around and walked away. So I said, "Ma'am, how much for 6 of them?" And she said like $17 or some shit. I said, "Have a nice life," and I walked away. It's like, oh my God, I just want one. My mom wanted one cinnamon roll. You can't sell a single cinnamon roll? Would that kill you? Yeah, Red, and I do run 3 different and you know what? 2 of my 3 security cams have been giving me a fit the last week. I think this is all coming together. You guys have put this together like true gumshoes here. I think we figured this out. I'm gonna reset. I'm gonna hard set reset everything tomorrow. Um, yep. What's up with that? You can't own just one cinnamon bun? It's like a rule. It's like in the Geneva Convention. It says in there, Article 239, subsection C, paren 1, clearly states that only cinnamon buns can be sold in 6 or more quantity, and only in even numbers divisible by 6. It's in the section right under waterboarding. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. When are they gonna bring back my damn enchilito? That's what I want. The whole thing is stupid. I hate limited time. I just don't like the limited time thing. And Burger King and McDonald's, they do a good business. I eat at each of those about once a week. That rounds out my fast food, by the way. I don't eat anywhere else. I don't eat anywhere else, pretty much. Arby's, Taco Bell, 2 or 3 times a week, and then McDonald's and Burger King about maybe once a week at the most. And that's it. That's all the fast food I eat. Never more than once a day. I try really hard not to do it more than once a day. I couldn't eat 6 of those in 4 days. I don't think without problems. Yeah, if it's an undervolt or a voltage drop, I didn't notice it in the LED lighting, and I normally would. Um, yeah, my mom loves that Arby's fish sandwich, but it's like they have it for like 7 days or something. It's stupid. It's like, didn't you have the fish sandwich? Oh yeah, that was for a limited time. Limited to what? A week? I don't get all that. I don't get the limited time bullshit at these restaurants. I just don't. It just pisses your customers off. Okay, I do like Hardee's. I will tell you, I loved Hardee's. I used to eat at Hardee's quite a bit. And then they got bought out by Carl's Jr., and now it's just a burger place. They no longer have roast beef. You can still get a hot ham and Swiss, I think, there. I will eat at a Hardee's if I'm out of town, and that's what I see. But I would never go to the one here in town just because it's just not my thing anymore. I liked it back when it was Hardee's. Now it's Carl's Jr. It still says Hardee's, but Hardee's was a roast beef restaurant. I mean, we're not fooling anybody here. Hardee's was a roast beef restaurant, just like Arby's was. And they got bought out by a burger joint, and they became a burger joint. Talk about a sellout. But they do still have good food, and I've had a Carl's Jr. burger, and they're actually pretty good. So, I mean, I'm not really complaining. I just wish they still had the roast beef and barbecue like they used to. I used to like theirs. You're in the middle of the Pocono Mountains. What am I gonna supposed to eat now? Go shoot you a wild elk. um, Po folks, no, we don't have those down here. Believe it or not, there's a lot of chains we didn't get this far down, and we've lost some too. Like Long John Silver's. We used to have probably 20 of those in Southwest Florida. The last one was a Long John's Taco Bell, and they went back to just being a Taco Bell as of about a month ago. So we've lost all of our Long John Silvers. We lost the 2 or 3 Captain D's that we had down here. Captain D's nuts. Now you got to go all the way up to Sebring to find a Captain D's. You got to go all the way to Sarasota to find a Long John Silver's. It's ridiculous. But I think a lot of that is because the cheap fish places don't do good down here, because we've got fish places everywhere and they do fresh fish. I mean, there's the one restaurant that we have a lot of down here, obviously in the tropics, is fish restaurants. There is just, we've got everything from the Crab Shack to, you know, the Fisherman's Wharf to whatever. There's all these places. And I think that's why the cheap fish places didn't do well. Culver's has a good fish sandwich. Culver's also has a good fish dinner where they give you 1, 2, or 3 pieces of cod fish. It's actually good. I eat it with vinegar. I believe it or not, I do eat white fish as long as it doesn't smell or look or taste like fish. I'll eat it because I'm really just not a fish fan. But Culver's does. Problem with Culver's, their price has shot up recently. I got a 3-piece fish and fry in there one night without a drink. It was $21. And I can't spend that much on food. When I go to Taco Bell, I'm good for $8 or $9. When I go to Arby's, it's $10. I need to keep my meals under $10. That's something I really try to do when I'm eating out, is keep all my meals under $10. Oh, wow. There you go, Junior. Yeah, I like Long John's, and I like Captain D's. In fact, I like Captain D's a little better than Long John's. And Long John's just went to waffle fries, too. Talk about, okay, you're circling a rim ready to flush, and then you do something stupid like waffle fries. I hate waffle fries. It's the only, I love Chick-fil-A's chicken, but I don't eat there. Why? Well, they're closed on Sunday. I can't stand restaurants that are closed on a certain day, like the Chinese restaurants. They're all closed on Monday. Who come up with that stupid shit? I had to drive 30 miles to get Chinese food on a Monday. If they've got a fish sandwich for $6, that's pretty good. But you still have to add the $4 worth of French fries and the $4 drink. So you're still back up at $12. Like I said, I got a 3-piece. It come with 2 sides, 3 pieces of fish, and a roll, and it was $20 and almost $21. Yeah, walleye. That's what we got last time I was in there. I think. I don't know. I'm not a big fish guy, but if it's really clean, I'll eat it. All right, let's see here. What do we got? Man, that's a hell of a wreck. They haven't even started picking that shit apart yet, I don't think. Yeah, I really miss Captain D's. You know, the one thing Captain D's is really good. One of the things I like about it, they do really good senior citizens meals, and on Sunday you can go there on a Sunday and still get the senior. A lot of places won't give you the deal on a Sunday, but you can walk into Long John's, and for $6.99, you get 2 pieces of fish. and a side and a drink. If you're what 55 or older or whatever, which I am now surprisingly, and I'm actually starting to, in a few places where you can get a little better deal, I'm starting to do it. Um, yeah, shrinkflation. The chicken cordon bleu, the piece of chicken that they use for the chicken cordon bleu, got noticeably smaller about 4 weeks ago. I know because I eat that sandwich twice a week. Okay? And all of a sudden I'm like, oh wow, this is a little piece of chicken. And then the next time, oh wow, this is a little piece of chicken. And I asked him in there, I said, y'all got new chickens, didn't you? And the guy's like, oh, we're really not supposed to. Yeah, I know, trust me, I know. That chicken's not near as big as the other one. You're still putting a lot of ham on there and the cheese and the mayonnaise. It's still a good sandwich, but it's definitely a lot less chicken than it was before. Um, they also downsized their curly fry box. They used to give you a big square box of curly fries. About 6 years ago, during COVID, suddenly the large curly fry was no longer a square box. It was just a big fry thing. Um, Golden Chick, I've never heard of it. We've got ones down here too, that I've never heard of, but they're just right up the road in Tampa. Um, I gave up on Wendy's. I used to eat at Wendy's quite a bit, and I just got to where there wasn't really much I liked there. The spicy chicken kind of got cheap. I don't know, it was kind of weird. And I just got to where wasn't much on their fries anymore, wasn't much on their and I just quit eating there. It's not that I don't like Wendy's. If you and I were hanging out today and you said, hey, I want to go to Wendy's, I'd be fine with that. But it's just not one of my places anymore. Yes, Wendy's is not doing well. Wendy's is not doing well. That is a fact. I don't know about going under right away, but they are not doing well, that's for sure. Kind of sucks. What are you going to do about it? I want to show you guys a funny picture. I thought this was hilarious. Check out this new shopping center. Just read the signs from top to bottom. Yeah, the Baconator is probably where I would go if I was going to walk in there, sure. Everything went to shit since COVID, Kevin. Everything. It's not just food quality. Walmart closes at 11 o'clock now. I used to go shopping at 2 a.m. I did. I don't like humans that much. And so I would go shopping at 2 a.m. in the morning, and I used to love it. I had the whole GD place to myself. I'd walk all around, look at me. And now, forget about it. We used to have 24-hour McDonald's. There was even a few other restaurants that were Perkins was 24 hours. You could eat in the middle of the night. If you were a cop, when I was a cop, I would go sit in Denny's or Perkins. Open Steak and Shakes. Nothing's open. Your shit's eaten. I'll tell you, there's a few places you can still get hot food in the middle of the night. Wawa, believe it or not, is a great place to get a good hot meal in the middle of the night. You can go in there and get you a nice smoked turkey, penne sandwich or whatever, or you can get you like a Philly steak and cheese hot with some macaroni and cheese or something. You can get you a hot meal. Wawa used to be my backup. During COVID, I was driving a scan car for part-time, and I was out all night long from 9 at night until 5 in the morning. And about 2 o'clock, I'd start looking for dinner. And there was nothing open. Except, like I said, Wawa became my savior, man. I was eating at Wawa 3 nights a week. And if I was working, that's pretty much where I ate. There wasn't much, oh, Christ, here we go again. I don't know what's wrong with this thing, guys. I give up. I don't know, guys. I don't know what it's doing. I don't know why. I don't know what. That's funny. Is it back? This is getting ridiculous. Um, yeah, well, I don't know what it is, guys. I'm going to reset everything before tomorrow's show. Going to go spend the day with Mom tomorrow. I may try to do some POTA if the radio seems like it's working tomorrow. Um, I'm going to put my little box in the morning, and I'm going to go test it out. Okay, guys, I'm going to be calling it here in just a second. I'm going to say last call for the chat room. If there's something you want me to respond to or to talk about, please put it in the chat room now, and I will mention it. What's this all about? OpenAI just announced upgrades for ChatGPT images with 4 times faster generation speed. I never could get ChatGPT to make me images. I'm going to try again. ChatGPT images will be faster and more flexible, according to OpenAI. The update that says drastically improves both the generation speed and the instruction following capability of its image generator. The blog post from the company Tuesday says the update will make it much easier to make precise edits to AI generated images. Previous iterations of the program have struggled to follow instructions and often make unasked for changes. The update includes much stronger instruction following, highly precise editing, and up to 4 times faster generation speed, making the image creation and iteration much more usable to the average user, according to the company. This marks a shift from novelty image generation to practical, high-fidelity visual creation, turning ChatGPT into a fast, flexible, creative studio for everyday edits, expressive transformations, and, of course, business and real-world use. All right, so there you go. That's ChatGPT. It's been so slow lately, I've been using Grok more and more. Grok is a lot faster and it's available a lot more, so I've just been using that. Oh, I can't. There's always people have to be fighting. All right, let's see. Last call. Is there anything else here? I'll watch that video. Um, yeah, Subway. Not a big Subway fan. I will admit I will eat there now because they're not putting the plastic in their bread anymore. That's good. When I walk in, it doesn't smell like a little bit like plastic cooking in the bread like it used to. And I will eat their food. If they had French fries, I might actually eat there like once a week, maybe, because they do have the chicken teriyaki is pretty good. They make a decent Philly, um, but it's just not my favorite. Grok is great because it doesn't have the political bias. Everything I do on ChatGPT, it all comes back to it's global warming because man sucks. And it's like, can we end something without that? Um, yeah, I will, Jungle, and I will. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow night for sure. All right, guys. I guess that's going to be about it for tonight. It's been fun. I do appreciate all you guys coming in, and we will be back again, as I said, tomorrow night. I'll also be watching for anything that breaks tomorrow